The head coach of the Memphis Tigers, Justin Fuente, good to see you. I like the growth. I kind of was hoping you were going to wear your Sonny Crockett Miami Beach Bowl jacket.
Well, I just got it back from the dry cleaners. It was a little nicked up there from the celebration, so we just got it back. But.
I can imagine. So this is an exciting day. Obviously, it's the payoff of a lot of hard work, not only over the last few months, but I'm sure over the last 48, 72 hours as you try to keep everybody where they're supposed to be.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into this, not just from a coaching perspective, but from support staff, athletic administration, university helping us out with various facilities and that sort of stuff. So it's really the accumulation of a lot of hard work. I don't know if there's another sport where you sign this volume of people to come in. So you've got coaches spread out over the country and traveling and trying to evaluate kids and all that kind of stuff and trying to make it all fit together with your numbers and your needs. You know, it's sometimes a stressful situation, but I'm awfully excited about the way it's ended up. I think it's another step, another brick in the wall of what we're trying to build, if you will. But there is a little bit of relief today, too. You know, obviously we've already begun our work on next year's class, and that will continue. Recruiting never stops. But when you reach today and you don't have any surprises, it makes you feel good.
It's a good day for that. All right, so I won't have you break down every single player. We've done that with various members of the coaching staff, who, by the way, said you probably would not be giving them any time off anytime soon because it just doesn't stop.
I know, they're so mistreated.
But in general, and I don't have the final numbers in front of me, but it seems like a little bit of everything. You added depth to the offensive line. You got some quarterbacks, and the kid out of Starkville, Brady Davis. You added some really good running backs. Defensively, you're replacing guys because you've got a lot of, you lost 8 starters there. So, but it just seems like a class that's got a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it really does. And it's kind of interesting when now, as the head coach, when you sit back and look at it, and, you know, just kind of a brief overview. On the offensive line, all 3 of the kids that we brought in, or 3 of the kids, I should say, that we brought in are already here. We have 2 midterm graduates that are already here working out. And then obviously Mac, who's come in and is already here working out, to really get in the flow and get things going. Offensively, we really needed to really increase the numbers or the volume of skill kids, whether they be running backs or wide receivers. We had been, quite honestly, robbing Peter to pay Paul just a little bit in the skill positions over the last couple of years as we were trying to build this program up. Right. We finally got the offensive line at least balanced out through the classes. It's still not where it needs to be, but it's balanced out in a kind of more regular fashion. But we really felt like we needed to make up some numbers at wide receiver. We still have some number issues at tight end in the future that we'll have to address. Obviously, we got a quarterback or 2, and pretty excited about that situation. Defensively, you know, this is where our roster is still not quite balanced out. We had to make a huge effort in the front 7, you know, between the defensive linemen and the linebackers to really plan for the future and get some immediate help. These kids are going to have a chance to play, which you don't ever like to do, but some of them are going to have a chance to play really, really early. When you graduate 8 seniors on defense and 3 backups off of your 2 deep on defense, obviously your numbers take a pretty big hit there. Right. But big emphasis on the front 7, a couple of corners that I think that are going to help us out as well.
And you mentioned the skill kids. We talked about a couple of the running backs, and we saw attrition start to wear on you guys as the year went along. You had Sam Kraft probably carrying the ball maybe a little bit more than you would have wanted, and then he got banged up. But you've got a lot of talent there. If Dorland gets healthy quickly, you've got a lot of talent to draw upon. As you know, you can never have too many running backs.
Well, and that's correct. And, you know, we want to run the football, and we have been in a situation where, for the most part, we've had to play with only 1 running back in the game at a time. Eventually, we would like to move that, to put 2 guys back there to give you some stuff that you can do in the run game and the pass game. And I think that's the overall direction we'll eventually end up. But we just haven't had the depth to do that. So I think this class will add that. We'll be able to get those guys in there, get more than 1 guy in there at the same time to create a little bit more of a two-back feel in what we're trying to accomplish. And, you know, when those guys get banged up, you need them. And, you know, I've made no bones about we want to run the football and throw the ball off of the running game. And in order to do that, you've got to have somebody back there that can make people miss. And we've certainly added some quality depth there that I'm awfully excited about to go along with the kids that we already have. You know, Dorland for everybody out there that's wondering, he's absolutely doing a fantastic job in rehab, absolutely crushing it. He looks great. He's getting healthier. He's still got quite a bit of work to do, but he's doing well. We're optimistic that he'll be able to hit the ground running as soon as he gets cleared.
Talk to me a little bit about the reception on the recruiting trail. So obviously the 10 wins is terrific, and that happens all so late in the recruiting game. I would imagine that's for more 2016 and 17 and beyond. But did you notice differences? Were people more receptive to you and the Memphis name and the Memphis brand?
Well, I think there's a couple things that went with that. First of all, if you look at what we did in the state of Alabama this year, I think having Coach Wiggins in the same spot for now the third year paid huge dividends for us. So some stability there. We're always going to have some coaching turnover, but have some true stability in our recruiting, I think, has helped. The other thing is the league has helped us from a TV standpoint. You know, we're on the ESPN family of networks. It's easily accessible. It's easy to explain to people where to find us. I think that's been huge for us. And then obviously winning football games, and people get a little bit more familiar with the way that we play, the style that we play with. The uniforms have been a big hit. I know, you know, everybody has their opinion about them, but the bottom line is the kids, you know, have some identity with the chrome helmet or the tiger stripes or whatever it is, with who we are, and has really helped us out. So winning football games is obviously important. You know, the other thing is you're now sitting down. You know, before the previous 2 years, we've been selling a dream that was not tangible. You could not touch it. Now when you step on our campus, you can see that the kids that have come before these kids, hard work has paid off in something tangible. I mean, it is a conference championship, a bowl victory, 10 wins. The trophies are there. It's a tangible thing that comes with the hard work, and not as much of just a dream, but something that they can see with their own eyes that it actually works.
I tried to incorporate all the uniforms, by the way. I got the blue, the gray, the dark, and everything like that. So you've got the extension now, which is good, and it shows the commitment that the university has made to you. Your coaching staff, as we mentioned, so you lose Barry Odom, but you've got Galen Scott here. You then reassigned Daryl Dickey and Brad Cornelson. Just talk me through the changes that maybe we'll see next year.
Well, it was a no-brainer for Galen Scott to become the defensive coordinator. He played a huge role in our defensive success the last 3 years. Obviously, Barry did a fantastic job, and we wish him well in his new endeavors. But Galen was really instrumental in that. The kids respond to him. They understand where he's coming from. He coaches them hard and fair. They have a tremendous amount of respect for him. They'll play their tails off for him. And he's ready for that. He's done it before. You know, he's got experience as a coordinator. And he'll do a fantastic job. He has an incredible challenge. You know, we have an incredible challenge with losing all those good football players, and now we're a little bit older offensively and much younger defensively, which kind of flips the script over the last couple years. But moving him in there was really easy. Brent Guy's come in to coach our safeties. I'm just absolutely over the moon excited about the opportunity to bring a guy with his qualifications.
Former head coach. He's got a lot of familiarity with the coaching staff.
Former head coach. Been a defensive coordinator at some fine places, great track record and resume of producing good defenses, and I think will be a great resource for us. I'm excited that he wanted to be a part of what we were doing. I think it speaks volumes of the other coaches on our staff and the fact that he wanted to be around those types of people. On offense, we just kind of restructured it just a little bit. I've made no bones about it when we started. You know, Daryl Dickey was a guy that had been a head coach previously for 9 years at North Texas, and I've valued his input as we've started to build this football program. He has been the guy that my sounding board, and I thought it was fitting to go ahead and make him the associate head coach as the kind of right-hand guy to the head coach and all of those things that we deal with. And then Brad Cornelson has done a fantastic job both developing our quarterbacks and shaping our offense into what you saw this year. You know, as we moved towards going faster, towards no huddle, towards changing the tempo and getting the ball to the perimeter and all the things we did, he has played a huge role in that development. And I thought it was basically what he's been doing all along for him to move into that position.
How do the co-duties work then in terms of play calling? Is that something we'll kind of feel our way through?
Probably the same way it's always been. All the good plays I've called and all the bad plays Daryl's called.
I already knew that.
No, I don't. We'll worry about. I don't think that stuff will change. You know, I've been pretty active, you know, in helping this offense come along. I envision a time when I will move back a little bit more out of that, and that may be sooner than later. I don't know yet. I'll just kind of feel my way through it. But you know, my long-term vision of this was because I knew when we started this thing 3 years ago that we were going to be young and inexperienced offensively, and we may struggle. I felt like it was easier for me to try and shoulder the burden of that, and then bring it along, and then maybe let Brad or Daryl take a much bigger role in it. So I envision that happening down the road, and we'll kind of see how it goes.
So we've got about a month now until the spring starts. What gets done in the next 30-odd days?
Yeah, we'll be in off-season conditioning. We're running 3 days a week in the morning at 5:30, which will be a spirited, lively activity.
Maybe I'll come join you.
Our kids will be lifting, really trying to get ready for spring practice. We'll start March 1st. We'll practice that week, and then the next week is spring break, and then we'll roll through basically 3 days a week for the next couple weeks till we get to the spring game.
I know it's been a great day for you, a great day for the University of Memphis, great day for Tiger fans, and I know we're going to talk to you again in a little bit. We get to do all this all over again.
Good, I can't wait. This is the fun part. This is the easy part, so I'm enjoying it.
No question. Coach Fuente of the Memphis Tigers, we're back with